Hello, everybody, and welcome to Milestone Study. My name is Anusha. I'm one of the directors in Milestone Study and also the head of teaching staff. Today, we are going to discuss the one-line strategy for read aloud and what I did as an experiment, how much score I got, why I got that, and what you should do and what you shouldn't. So first of all, let's show you my scores. Okay, now let's have a look at this scorecard. This was taken on 7th of June 2021. I like this center in Sydney, so I normally book my test here in Pearson Professional Center, Sydney. But it actually doesn't matter where you take the test. So in this test, what happened was I applied the one-line strategy, spoke about 12 to 15 words, okay? In this test, I got an overall score of 84, which isn't bad. Like 84 means 8, means 79 plus, right? And most of us are targeting 79 plus. So in that respect, this is okay, acceptable. And you see here all other modules, 85 in listening, 89 in reading. So if I used the one-line strategy, it should have affected my reading, but it did not. If it affected, it only affected 1 mark. So we have speaking, which is 82. This would be a low score for me because I normally get 90 in speaking, but this time by using this one-line strategy, I got 82. So you have to keep that in mind that my somewhere 8 points got affected. Okay. Then but still I was happy because my students, if they are targeting 65 or 50, use one-line strategy and you get your score easy peasy. But then I was not so happy. Just one test score will not be enough to tell all my students to use this strategy. Yeah? So then I took another test. I took another test again to experiment how low we can go with the number of words. And this time I only spoke 5 words. So 5 words in describe image, 5 in retell, 5 in read aloud. Also in repeat sentence, I did not speak everything. So this time I still got 65 plus, and even my reading was not bad considering that I only got 69 in speaking, 74 in reading, all good, happy, even 79 in listening, because we know that speaking retail lecture does affect listening and also repeat sentence affects listening. And in writing, I got 73 because I also implemented some other strategies in my essays and summarized spoken text. Okay, so do not worry about these listening and writing because that is a whole another video. So just focusing on reading and speaking, with by only speaking 5 words, I got 69. Then by taking these 2 tests into consideration, I and my team came into a conclusion that, yep, okay, don't speak 5 words, but speak 12 words or more, 12 or more. And that was back in 2021, okay, not in 2022. So we started doing this thing. And surprisingly enough, what started happening was some students who had already got more than 75 in speaking started getting low marks in speaking by using this strategy. And also in reading, they started getting lesser marks. Before, the same students used to get always consistently, they used to get reading marks, but some of them got it. I'm not going to lie. Some students got their score just by using this one-line strategy, but majority of them started, even if one student fails, that's a failure. So I was like, no, I'm going to drop this idea. We are not going to use one-line strategy because if 9 students are passing, 1 student is failing, that's a failure for this strategy. Then we stopped it and then started focusing more on other stuff. And after the change, the new change on 16th of November, Pearson got some changes and made some, transformations in their number of questions. So again, I got into the test. I took the test. This time, I applied the same strategy again by speaking 12 words. And this time I got 90. Speaking 90, reading 87. And again, 19 listening and 19 writing, and overall also 90. I would have suggested all my students, oh, it's because of you that you are not getting your score. I am getting my score. Why aren't you getting your score? But blaming others is easy. And I didn't want to go that way. So in my recent test, I haven't taken any test since November. But in this test, I applied the same strategy again. By speaking only one line, not one line, like I spoke 12 words. And this is real exam, not practice test. Real exam, 90 in speaking and 87 in reading, 90 listening, 90 writing, and overall 90. This time, I used a different strategy for writing essays and also for listening summarized spoken text, which you can find in our YouTube, in our past videos. So I was very happy that I got 90. But asking students to apply the same strategies, I started training them. Okay, this is the way you do it. You're not supposed to do this way. You're supposed to do this way. You are doing this incorrectly. So what started happening was students who are good enough, who would have got their score even by speaking full length, they got it very easily. But students who were struggling and they there are certain students, maybe you are one of them, you're not one of them, they started getting confused, like, where do I stop? What do I do after this? Am I right when I stopped here? So they started experimenting themselves, and in the app, they go to the app and they stop here. They're wasting a lot of time by just thinking where to stop, what to do next. Okay, so I stopped saying that in the class itself, but I did ask them to skip. Okay, so skipping got us more points. Before, 50% people, 50% students got their score, 50% would struggle. But now that we are talking about skipping, when for skipping, for example, we mean skipping the hard words. Not all words are hard in the test, okay? So when you skip the hard words, yes, it did work. So we then started changing. We didn't say one line strategy. We said skip the hard words. Skip wherever, whatever you don't know, but practice. Don't stop practicing. If you stop practicing, no strategies will work. So the moral of this video is, yes, it does work, but you have to be very careful when using it. Don't take it for granted. Don't say, oh, it's very easy, or speaking, we don't need to practice, and stuff like that. Be careful, know your level, and work accordingly. All the best, everybody.